It's time for Angels Spring Training Baseball this afternoon from Scottsdale Stadium in Scottsdale, Arizona. The Angels get ready to take on the National League West San Francisco Giants. It is another gorgeous day here in the Valley. Bright sunshine and warm temperatures today for baseball as the Angels and Giants face each other for the second and final time this spring. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota. Jose, good to have you back here with us in Arizona.
Well, good to be back, Terry, and certainly, the thrill of the World Baseball Classic continues. And also, related to the Angels, Team Netherlands advances, which means, of course, Anderson Simmons will play longer for the WBC team over at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, he's doing well, and his club, obviously, still in contention for the WBC crown. Also, back today for the Angels is going to be Tyler Skaggs. He hasn't pitched in, well, about a week and a half. The only time we saw him, he struggled, and he's been battling a little bit of a shoulder situation.
Well, the first thing is he passed both tests that he needed in terms of throwing the bullpen and just letting it go. And at times, Tyler Skaggs needs to understand he is fully healthy, needs to go out there and trust what he has. Today, to me, the most important thing, establish fastball velocity and command, move the ball around. But when you talk about that struggle, it took one error from the third baseman, Escobar, when then the pitches accumulated. He lost command, lost control, did not find the release move. But today is a different story. The Angels need to see some length out of him because we're down to the next couple of weeks.
Well, another guy who's back for the Angels and in the lineup for the first time in a couple of weeks is Luis Valbuena.
Luis Valbuena might find himself exactly where he is today in the lineup, and he showed the Angels in 13 at-bats that his bat plays very well in balancing a lineup with the right-handers and lefties. He stays well through the ball. He's got 4 RBIs in those short 13 at-bats. He had been battling leg soreness in his left leg, and of course the Angels are going to be very careful, Terry, as to how they treat him, considering that he had surgery to remove part of his hamstring last year. But Valbuena knows he is back. They give him all the time he needed. There's one of those benefits of the longest spring training where he played, he rested, he got the treatment. Well, the Angels know and look forward to his versatility and mainly bat production here in this lineup.
Well, today, even though the Angels are on the road, a lot of the regulars in the lineup for the Angels. Albert Pujols is in the lineup. For Albert, only 7 at-bats this spring, but I don't know that you could have predicted he'd have that many at this point in the spring, and he's made the most of them.
Albert's just prepared and mentally as tough as they come, and getting ready for a season is premier to him and his mentality. His smooth swing is playing off, and with that swing and the way he's been driving the ball really gives you a little hint as to how good his legs feel. Also, when it comes down to testing, having to run out and leg out that double, taking the extra base. And of course, the Angels fans want to see the most of that smooth swing, hitting the ball out of the ballpark 31 times last year, 119 RBIs, and he knows he's right now on track to be on opening day. He wants to be there, and certainly we know the presence that he brings, but more than anything, how Mike Swisher knows and understands what the slugger needs to get ready to, of course, support Mike Trout and the rest.
All right, on the Angels pitching side today, we'll see Cam Bedrosian. He'll be one of their relievers. Tyler Skaggs, as we mentioned, will start the game. And as far as Bedrosian is concerned, we've only seen him a couple of innings so far this spring, but he is clearly in the mix to be the Angels' closer when the season begins.
It's right in front of him. His fastball has been playing well up in the zone. His tight slider and curveball, of course, are around the zone. And I think with the abductor issue that he faces, the one thing you don't want to see is any favoring. Look how smooth that delivery is, driving downhill. Nothing is forced. And, of course, the release point has not been altered for the Angels. A welcome sight to know that, of course. You talk about his role being so important in late innings, there he is. He averaged the highest strikeout per 9 innings for the Angels last year of 11.4. He misses barrels. He's much better with his breaking ball. And you welcome the experience he gained last year and the success he had to transfer into the regular season here, beginning with a very important role in that bullpen.
Well, we are less than 3 weeks away from opening day, and still some things to be decided as far as that bullpen.
And that bullpen knows that the challenges are there. What will happen with, of course, guys that understand, like Ramirez, who we'll see today, too, to go out there and tighten things up and get better.
So the Angels and the San Francisco Giants will be squaring off shortly here in Scottsdale. We'll have the lineups, the start of today's game. It's coming up next right here on Fox Sports West.
for first pitch here at Scottsdale Stadium as the Angels are gearing up to take on the San Francisco Giants for the final time this spring. Welcome inside the ballpark. I'm Alex Curry, and today we have two players returning to the field. Luis Valbuena is back in the lineup after being sidelined for 2 weeks with leg soreness. We have Tyler Skaggs back on the mound this afternoon after skipping his last start with shoulder weakness, and he threw 2 bullpens, passed all the tests he needed to. He said he feels strong and healthy, and is excited to get back on the mound this afternoon. Most of the regulars are in the lineup as well today after having an off day yesterday. So let's take a look at the starting lineup. Leading off for your Angels at third base, number 0, Yunel Escobar. Batting second in right field, number 56, Cole Calhoun. Batting third in center field, your MVP, Mike Trout. Batting cleanup, the DH, Albert Pujols. Batting fifth at first base, number 18, Luis Valbuena. Batting sixth at second base, number 3, Danny Espinosa. Batting seventh in left field, number 25, Ben Revere. Batting 8th behind the plate, Martin Maldonado. Batting 9th at shortstop, Nolan Fontana. And on the mound making his second start this spring is Tyler Skaggs. Let's take a look at San Francisco's starting lineup. Leading off in center field, Denard Span. Batting second at third base, Eduardo Nunez. Batting third in right field, Hunter Pence. Batting cleanup in left field, Mac Williamson. Batting fifth at first base, Brandon Belt. Batting sixth, Nick Hundley. Batting seventh at second base, Joe Panic. Batting eighth, making his first plate appearance this spring, Madison Bumgarner. Batting ninth at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Should be a great pitching matchup this afternoon. So let's send it upstairs to Terry Smith for the call.
And we want to welcome our viewers on Fox Sports West here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Terry Smith and Jose Mota joining you for Angels baseball today here in Scottsdale. The Angels have gone 10-7 this spring. The Giants' record is 9-11, and the 9 victories, one of them includes a game in which they matched up against a team from the WBC. In fact, they had a victory against Puerto Rico earlier this month here in Scottsdale. So we are just about set for baseball. Angels have on the red tops and the gray pants. And as far as the Giants, they have on the dark tops and kind of the cream colored off-white pants as we are set for baseball. Dana DeMuth, the home plate umpire, Bill Miller, Chris Guccione, and Garrett Patterson on the bases. Here's the first pitch today, and going after it is Escobar, the leadoff man for the Angels. He pops one up right behind the first base bag, and in fair ground, a foot or two away from first base, Brandon Belt puts it away. So one quick out as we get the action underway. Cole Calhoun will be the next batter. Calhoun so far this spring, 7 for 26. Who's in and who's out? It's brought to you by In-N-Out Burgers. That's what a hamburger is all about. In the lineup for the Angels today in left field is Ben Revere. And out of the lineup today in left, we've seen a lot of Cameron Maben. He is not going to see any action here today for the Angels. Did not make the trip here to Scottsdale. So the next batter is Cole Calhoun. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bumgarner is already making his 5th start this spring, but just 10 innings coming into today. And the pitch to Calhoun, that one is outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Well, we're underway. Our game is up and running here in Scottsdale. This moment can only be better with an award-winning Stella Rosa wine. Celebrate at Angel Stadium and your favorite retailer. Game time temperature today, 85 degrees. First pitch thrown at 105.
Well, we are witnessing one of the best on the mound, one of the best lefties in the game, and totally a proven commodity when it comes down to eating up some innings, Terry. You're talking about already this being his 5th start. And, of course, he was really primed to become the opening day starter for the Giants for the 4th consecutive season.
Pitch was cut on and missed by Cole Calhoun, so the count on him is now 2-1. Bumgarner's next delivery, and a cut and a miss. And the count's 2-2. Bumgarner, a fastball, top out around 93 in that range. He will throw a sinker. He has a good cut fastball, good curveball, a changeup as well. 15-game winner a year ago for the Giants. All-star again last year. And here's the next pitch. That's fouled off on the left side, out of play.
He comes in full of accolades in the regular season and in the postseason. 2014 World Series MVP. Looking forward to see how he swings the bat, or at least how Tyler Skaggs is able to contain him. He'll be batting 8th, as mentioned earlier.
Here's the next pitch, and this one is popped up down the left field side. Nunez, the third baseman in foul ground, might have a play, and he will make the catch a few feet from the wall in the first row of seats past the Angels dugout on the third base side. So a couple of pop outs so far against Bumgarner, and here is Mike Trout.
Well, here's a premier matchup here. The two of the best. One thing from the location we have here right behind home plate is the free and easy close-up we get on his delivery, the deception, and also the life of the ball coming out of his hand is remarkable to see it from this close.
Here's the delivery on Trout, and the first one he's taking, it missed a little bit inside for ball 1.
Nothing forced about the mechanics. Understand so well what his body needs to do to have the consistent release point.
Here's the next pitch, and Trout chops that one foul over by Albert Pujols, who's waiting on deck.
There's a cut fastball you're talking about. After showing Trout the fastball away, comes right back in, and it's a late cutter.
Top of the first inning. It's being brought to you by Rennick Subaru. For Subaru, don't forget the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Think Rennick first. RENICK Subaru.com. Trout bounces one softly to third. It's right at Nunez, who will throw him out, and Bumgarner has a solid first inning here against the Angels. We're headed to the bottom of the first in Scottsdale with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Left-hander Tyler Skaggs has wrapped up his warm-up tosses. For Skaggs, this is start number 2 of the spring. And he's certainly hoping to go a little bit longer than the first start this spring. He faced only 6 batters in that one. Angels didn't play real good defense in that start he had, but Skaggs also walked 4 in that start. So he is ready to face Span, Nunez, and Pence. Top 3 in the lineup today for San Francisco. Denard Span, who's had a tough spring, will look at the first pitch, and that one is a little bit low. The lefty-lefty matchup. 1 ball, no strikes. Fans, don't forget this spring, find your escape route off-road with great deals on a new Jeep. Head into your local Jeep dealer for the Jeep Spring Clearance event. It's going on now. And the next pitch, a little bit low again. 2 balls, no strikes. Skaggs fastball, sinker, cutter, good curveball, and he'll throw a changeup. Only outing was on March the 4th against the White Sox here in Cactus League play. And the pitch, that's hit hard but foul back to the seats on the right side, and it's out of play. Giants have always been a big draw here in Cactus League action, and this spring no exception. They'll have over 11,000 here today, and it's pretty full. We have still a few coming in.
It's one of those hidden gems right in the middle of Scottsdale. You didn't even know sometimes there's a ball game going on, but it's always packed. So you can do driving around here, the hospital across the street, the park across the street, and all of a sudden, all the orange and black.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. It is. This ballpark is hidden right smack in the town here, not too far away from Old Town, Scottsdale. Here's the 3-1, and that one missed inside. Skaggs was really working inside there on Span, but he ends up walking him, a leadoff walk. And again, that was certainly the issue that Skaggs had in that first start 11 days ago.
Yeah, not sure if it was by design or not, but it seems like just the fastball running away, this two-seamer running away on the righties, in on the lefties, is the one issue that perhaps catcher Martín Maldonado will have to deal with the most here. Maybe setting up the middle more and letting it run naturally, because he does have a two-seamer that, of course, he'd have to implement at some point.
So here is Eduardo Nunez batting. Came over from the Twins during last season. And the first pitch on him, that's in there for a called strike.
That's a good job there by Maldonado. Now setting up a little bit more right in the middle and see what that kind of target setting can do for Skaggs and his delivery and follow-up.
29-year-old third baseman Nunez began last year with Minnesota and was an all-star for the Twins a year ago. There's a pitch that he takes. It's low and in.
I think trying less is very important today for Skaggs, but I think he needs to go out there and prove to himself, number one, that he's fully healthy. There's no concerns in regards to his shoulder, where he was feeling that weakness at a couple of power bullpens, as Angels Mike Scioscia likes to call him. And here he is back again. The Angels need him.
Skaggs delivers, and it's tapped foul over on the third base side. So he's moved in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nunez.
It's not very often you see a guy get jammed on a curveball. But Nunez kind of leaning over, looking for that breaking ball, perhaps not knowing that ball was going to be cutting in on him. Not the spin, of course, we're going to see from Skaggs throughout the regular season. He's going to run more into the batter and towards home plate with less break here in the thin air desert.
Nunez at the plate is a free swinger. He very rarely walks. He hasn't walked even once so far this spring, and then a year ago playing for the Twins and the Giants, 29 walks and 553 at bats. So he's up there swinging. A toss over to first, and back goes Span, who can run.
Remember to talk on Nunez a few years back. This is the guy that's going to replace Derek Jeter.
That's right. He was tabbed as the Yankees shortstop of the future.
Found a way to start him and all the organization. It happens so often.
Here's the next pitch. That's a line foul over on the third base side. So still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Defensively today, the Angels look like this. At first base, Luis Valbuena. At second base, Danny Espinosa. The third baseman is Yunel Escobar, and the shortstop is Nolan Fontana. In left field, Ben Revere. In center field, Mike Trout. Cole Calhoun in right. Martín Maldonado is catching. Albert Pujols DHing, and 25-year-old lefty Tyler Skaggs on the hill. There goes the runner. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul, not far from the Angels dugout. Over by the ball boy over there.
talk about shortstop position, and now that, as we mentioned earlier, Anderson Simmons will be out as his stay is prolonged because of the success of Team Netherlands going to the semifinals. But Terry, how about an opportunity for young players? You're going to be getting those innings. You just never know how those opportunities come, and there's plenty of managers around the big league saying because of the World Baseball Classic, there's so many guys getting longer looks, and there's a lot of guys that put himself on the map, and then the depth chart got elevated because of this. So I've seen David Fletcher do that here with the Angels.
Yep.
How well he's performed. With Simmons here, who knows? His opportunities would have been way more limited.
Here's the next pitch. 2-strike delivery. Taking, and it was a ball. Snap throw by Maldonado to first, and Span just got back. So that was a tough pitch to take right there, but Nunez got the call on it, and the count's even. It's 2-2.
And back to Simmons and Team Netherlands. How about adding Kenley Jansen now to the mix? Huh?
Yep. Yep. He had mentioned, I guess, if they got that far in the WBC, he would join them, and man of his word, he's going to represent his country now the rest of the way. There goes the runner again. 3-2 pitch grounded down to third. Only one chance for an out. That'll be first base. The throw by Escobar will easily get Nunez, but with Span running, he moves up to second on the 5-3 ground out, and the batter is Hunter Pence.
It's pretty good at bat all the way around there by Eduardo Nunez. So you can see how, as I mentioned earlier with the breaking ball, he got cut up early in the at-bat, eventually timed it right for the foul ball, and the ball hit hard at Unell.
So Pence stepping up. He struggled this spring for the Giants, just 3 for 24. Hunter Pence now 33 years old. The Giants right fielder. Here's the pitch, and the first one that's taken for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pence hit .289 for the Giants a year ago. Had injury issues, played in 106 games.
Heart and soul with Buster Posey, who was playing for Team USA. Hunter Pence, to see him on the field, Terry, what a welcome sight for the Giants. And it tells you about how well they're able to balance things out without his bat, and because of the issues last year, still made it to the playoffs.
Three-time All-Star at the plate for the Giants in Pence, and the next pitch, he takes that one low and inside. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
I feel like the whole presentation, the socks, it's got the stripes.
Yeah.
Good old baseball. Back at Hilltop Park.
Giants have 2 of their regulars playing for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, and then one of their pitchers, Johnny Cueto, is with the Dominican team, and the next delivery, it's hit high in the air into center field. Trout is under it, waiting. Runner at second is going to bluff a tag as Trout fires it to the cutoff man, Fontana, the shortstop. So Pence is retired. Runner remains at second, 2 outs, and Mac Williamson will be the next batter.
Yeah, that was a plan, Terry, to have Cueto join Team Dominican, but his father's health just did not even allow him to get out of Dominican on time. So perhaps if the Dominican team keeps advancing, tough loss yesterday to Puerto Rico, by the way. Puerto Rico is outstanding. We had a great game. So Cueto, with his eye on his father's health, will try to see how things go. Mainly is to take care of his Giants in preparation for the regular season.
Cueto's had 1 spring appearance for the Giants.
Made him an 18-game winner last year.
So 2 outs, runner at second. And here's the pitch, and that is a little bit up and in. Williamson is bidding for a spot in the outfield for the Giants. Jared Parker seems to have the inside track to be the Giants' left fielder when the season begins, but Williamson hasn't hurt his cause. He's hitting .333 this spring, and he's hit a couple home runs. He takes that pitch for a ball. 2-0.
This is a big at bat sequence-wise and approach-wise here for Tyler Skaggs. At 17 pitches. Just not try to do it all by himself, but the big word is to trust whatever he has right now in the first 17 pitches is between he and Maldonado to go out there and make it work here for this possible last out. And forget about what happened last time in the first inning.
Next delivery chopped on the third base side, but a foul ball.
It's a good job there attacking the zone. Now he will implement as he gets a feel for his fastball. He's very good two-seamer too, and there's Maldonado actually indicating to the pitching coach what that pitch was. Two-seamer.
Williamson, the batter for the Giants, he's really put together. He goes about 6'4", 240 pounds. Skaggs said, here's the next one, and he fooled him there with an off-speed pitch. Williamson will strike out, and he has 2 strikes on him right now.
That was outstanding separation earlier against Eduardo Nunez. Threw it way too hard. Look at this one.
So Tyler has him even. 2-2 is the count. And the next delivery that is inside. Last 20th pitch of the inning.
Last time out for Skaggs. The struggles we talk about would not have been as prolonged had Escobar not made a costly error, which turned into a big inning for Skaggs. Made 32 pitches in that 2/3 of an inning. Mike Soch had to come get him.
So we'll see what gives here on the payoff with 2 outs, no score, bottom of the first. Here it comes, and he got him swinging. A foul tip held by Maldonado, the catcher. That was another off-speed pitch. Struck him out, and that's how the inning will end. So the Giants leave a runner at second base, and we've completed one here in Scottsdale with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. First batter for the Angels starting off the second inning is Albert Pujols, and a first pitch fastball a little bit inside on Albert. 1 ball, no strikes. No score here in the second in Scottsdale. Now a little bit of cloud cover today, and the pitch. Albert hits a high fly ball. It's way up there in left field, coming in now, waiting for it to come down. He has to wait a while. It was Williamson. Albert is retired. That's the first out. Luis Valbuena will be the batter. Want to remind you this copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of Angels Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball. So here is Valbuena. And the pitch on its way. That one is a pitch he takes for a strike.
Well, welcome back, Luis. It's been a while. And it's too bad because he'd been swinging the bat so well through 13 at-bats.
Here's the next delivery, and he pops that one up foul over on the left side. The last time he played a game, it was actually against the Giants.
And that's that old saying, Terry, that it doesn't matter how long you have followed a player, how much you have evaluated him with an opposing uniform. Once he is within your ranks, you want to see him out on the field as much as you can to see how he exactly fits, and that's the case here with Valbuena.
Been sidelined almost 2 weeks with that left leg issue. He hits a foul ball down the left side that is going to be caught by Williamson. So he's had a couple of putouts here. 2 gone in the Angels' second inning, and Danny Espinosa will be the batter. Espinosa is just 3 for 25 so far here in Cactus League play. Switch hitter who will bat right-handed against Madison Bumgarner. And the pitch. That one is a little bit inside. Bumgarner has been with the Giants. He's pitched at the major league level going back to 2009. And he's still only 26 years old.
And the collection of trophies, accolades is large at that tender age.
Here's the pitch. That is fouled off the catcher there, Hundley, and the count on Espinosa, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He made his debut back on September 8th of 2009. And he made the most pitches in Major League Baseball last year. 3,791 pitches.
Here's his next delivery, and that's a fastball that misses high.
That delivery allows him to do a whole lot without forcing the issue, Terry. That's why also at that tender age, I mean, you got to consider the postseason innings that he has consumed.
Here's the next pitch, and way high again with a fastball. If you look at what Bumgarner has done in World Series play, and he's pitched in 3 different World Series, 2010, 2012, and 2014. But in 5 World Series games, 4 of them as a starter, a 4-0 record, and he's allowed 1 earned run in 36 innings of World Series action, an ERA of 0.25.
Unbelievable. And the irony is that one of his most outstanding performances was in relief. Not to take away from what he's done as a starter, of course, but the memorable run in that game against the Royals when he came out of that bullpen.
2014 World Series.
He pretty much told Bruce Bochy, I am not coming out.
There's a cut and a miss. The ball got away from the catcher. Hundley retrieves it, though, and fires the first, and retired on the strikeout is Espinosa. So Bumgarner has retired the first 6 Angels in a row. And we're headed now to the bottom of the second inning in Scottsdale with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Brandon Belt will be the first batter up for the Giants. Then Nick Hundley and Joe Panik against Tyler Skaggs. Belt, left-handed hitter. Giants first baseman. And here's the first pitch, the lefty-lefty matchup. He pops him up foul over on the third base side. Escobar's chasing hard, and he's going to run out of room. It's a few rows back out of play on that left side. Brandon Belt last season was a fixture in the lineup for the Giants. Missed only 6 games. Career-high 82 runs batted in. Hit 275 with 17 home runs. He was an all-star last year for the first time. Here's the pitch. He hits one high in the air on the right side. The second baseman, Espinosa, is on the outfield grass waiting for it. And he'll make the catch. And that is out number 1.
Tyler Skaggs, and one of the most important things for him today is he thinks about just letting the fastball run his extension on that arm. And that's what we're seeing, the fastball getting a little bit more life. And he extends and lands over that front foot. And eventually, where I noticed last 6-7 pitches, that separation with the breaking ball getting better all because of the load up and letting him roll better off of the swingers. And there's follow through. There's another breaking ball. When Belt made contact, Terry, where again, Belt was expecting that ball to get there a little faster, and he took a lot off of it and got it off the end of the bat.
Hundley batting now. First pitch taken for a strike from Tyler Skaggs. Hundley was with the Rockies last season, and he chops this one right to Espinosa. Not far from second, he fields and easily gets him at first base. So a couple of balls in the inning. Hit to the Angels' second baseman. Joe Panik, the second baseman for the Giants, will be the next hitter. Panik, solid player for the Giants, although he's had some injury issues the last couple of seasons. Last season, it was a concussion issue.
With those, you just never know how the body's going to react to all the action and quick movements. So you have to go through the baseball, reacting to a ball coming at you, a runner, reading ground balls. Really, Terry, just being balanced. Tough one to really overcome.
Panik had some back problems the year before, and he takes that one a little bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. Gold Glover, though, last year for the Giants. Hit only .239. Average was down, but he had a career-high 10 homers. He drove in 62 runs. Angels have a bit of a shift on as he bats. Left-handed hitter takes him. That's in there for a strike.
Well, he hit 10 home runs. He drove in 60 runs. He played Gold Glove. There's many second basemen in baseball are going to make a good living doing that.
Yep.
And consider playing half of the games in a very tough ballpark to hit in for lefties.
Panik fouls that one off on the left side, backing out of play.
So now that it's any easier for the right-handers.
So the count's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skaggs looking to have a quick, clean inning. He's on his way to doing that. And here's the 2-2. Bounces that one in, and now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
It took Skaggs 21 pitches to get out of that first inning, so hopefully, as he's already arriving at the threshold Mike Scioscia wanted to get from him, somewhere between the 35-40.
Angels do have some action in the bullpen now, and here comes the next pitch, and it just missed inside. Fastball missed. The second batter that Skaggs has walked today. He'll be facing his 8th batter in the game, and this is the pitcher, Bumgarner, who will be batting. They're batting their pitcher today. The Angels are employing a DH, and Bumgarner is a very good hitter. In fact, he's had 8 home runs over the last 2 seasons.
And different thing here, National League, American League, and you need your pitchers to get ready and get into game situations in which they will help themselves or attempt to help themselves during the regular season. But yes, this man can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Also against some very good pitchers. He's got 14 career home runs.
So he will be the batter. I think I mentioned at the top he is a big guy. He's an imposing guy at 6'5", 250 pounds. And so when he gets a hold of one, he can hit it out. Here's the first pitch. He takes that one low. Good block on it by Maldonado. In fact, Bruce Bochy, the manager for the Giants, from time to time will use Bumgarner as a pinch hitter.
And why not? Sometimes he becomes your best option. He's had years of 2 home runs, 4 home runs, 5 home runs, and 3 home runs. Also notice that Bumgarner does not use a batting glove on his right hand.
There's the pitch, and he takes that one. It missed. Ball 2-0.
Only protecting his throwing hand here from the wood.
Some pitchers, when they bat, they're automatic outs. He is not.
Also, he's not overprotected. He's protected at left elbow, though. That's the one that is exposed.
Next delivery, and he was fooled on a good off-speed pitch right there. Really fooled. 2-1.
There's been times where managers have tried to encourage pitchers that are exposing their throwing elbows to perhaps learn how to hit from the other batter's box, just because of that. But to do that at the big league level, let me tell you, it's not like you're hitting your way up through the minor leagues either.
Here's the next delivery, and that is in there for a called strike.
You can see the concern when you have your throwing arm exposed, of course.
So Skaggs has Bumgarner with 2 strikes. Count even. We'll see what happens on the next delivery. And a slow one just missed a little bit outside. It was high. Full count. Jimmy Rollins, veteran player who signed with the Giants in the offseason as a non-roster player, trying to win a spot on their opening day roster. He is the batter waiting on deck. So we'll see what happens on the payoff delivery. Everyone is set. Here it comes, and he got him, struck him out. The bat goes flying way over the Angels dugout there, and back to the seats. The inning is over on the strikeout. Good job by Skaggs, and that's his 2nd strikeout here today. We're headed to the 3rd inning as we go there. No score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Inning number 3 here in Scottsdale. Scoreless so far. Neither team has had a hit so far. And the batter for the Angels leading things off against Bumgarner is Ben Revere. He's the 7-hole hitter today, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1.
It was good to see Tyler Skaggs get through and match those zeros. Even though he had to face 8 batters, he got it done.
There's a pitch a little bit low, even up on the count, 1-1. Revere has hit well so far this spring. 440 average.
He is healthy.
There's the pitch, and he lifts this one in the air. Hits it pretty good, but it's playable out there for Span. He backpedals and makes the grab on it.
And health was the issue, as we have talked about extensively here since the beginning. That right oblique injury that truly affected a good hitter in Ben Revere.
And when Revere suffered that injury last year, it came in his very first at-bat of the regular season when he was with the Washington Nationals, and it kind of led to some bad habits. He tried to compensate as far as that injury, and so as I mentioned, he's really looked good swinging the bat.
It can definitely make you alter your swing. When you talk about compensating, there's many ways you try to cheat them in a way. With the bat, with your hands, with the stride, everything. Because it's not all there.
Here's Maldonado batting, and the pitch is inside. It skips off the glove of the catcher, Hundley, so they count 2-0. Fans, don't forget, long live the hardworking, the proud, the tenacious, and long live the trucks that are as dependable as the people that drive them. Right now, get a great deal during Ram Truck Month. Next one on Maldonado, cut and a miss at a high one. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's high with a fastball. It's now 3-1. Nolan Fontana, who's playing shortstop for the Angels today. He is the batter waiting on deck. Here's Bumgarner's next delivery, and Maldonado lifts it in the air down the right field side. Long run for Hunter Pence in foul ground. Can't quite get to it. It's a foul ball. With a good effort, but came up just shy in reaching it.
Surprised Maldonado was still around the batter's box, as close as that ball was to the right field line.
Yeah, had that one dropped fair, Pence might have thrown him out at first base.
Not kidding. So many things happen just cross your mind when you're struggling with a bat. Maldonado is really struggling with a bat, hitting .074.
3-2, and that's way outside. He has a one-out walk, so the first Angel base runner. And now Nolan Fontana will be the batter. Fans, don't forget to join the Angels on April 7th and 8th for opening weekend when the Angels entertain the Seattle Mariners. Fans in attendance will receive a wall calendar. It's courtesy of U.S. Bank while supplies last. For more information, visit angels.com/promotions. Fontana's just 3 for 20 this spring. One of the hits a home run, and the left-handed batter takes that one for strike 1.
Terry, have we had a read or going to have a read about the magnetic calendar anytime? We love those magnetic ones, but they have to make their way to the booth.
That's right. Always like putting that on our refrigerator back home. Like sending one to my mom in
Florida,
South Florida.
Yeah.
Like sending one to my mother-in-law in Nesbitt, Mississippi. So yeah, hopefully we'll see those pop up on opening weekend. Here's the pitch, and that one is a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's a workhorse getting ready for the season. Bumgarner, Cueto, Samardzija. Peavy was part of the starting rotation last year with 21 starts. Matt Cain made 17. They need more out of him.
Here's the next delivery. That's a chopper just out of the reach of Panic. That's going to skip through into right center field. So Nolan Fontana gets the game's first hit, and the Angels have a little something brewing here. Runners at first and second, one out. Yunel Escobar will be the next batter.
Excellent job by Nolan Fontana putting the ball in play, and now he's a number 9 hitter. Sometimes he had a slight advantage when you start gauging breaking balls, how he was approaching the lefties, timing. So Fontana doing a great job studying and applying very quickly. Matt Moore is another key clog in this rotation.
That's right. They got him last July from Tampa Bay. Here's the pitch on Escobar. He goes after that first pitch again. Chops it to third. Nice stop by Nunez. Second for one. Relay to first. A double play. Hey, that was a heck of a play right there. For a moment, you thought it might have a shot to be a hit, and then they end up turning an inning-ending double play. That was nicely done by the Giants here, and the inning is over. Angels will leave a runner on base. We're going to the bottom of the third inning in Scottsdale with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. J.C. Ramirez is going to take over for the Angels. And we've seen him in a starting role. He's in a relief role here today. Pitched 4 innings the last time we saw him, and that was a start 5 days ago against the Padres at Tempe Diablo Stadium.
Well, the Angels said they wanted to see him get stretched out, so going 4 that early was something he welcomed, to see how things work out stamina-wise. But also, Terry, he wants to implement more consistency in his second and third pitch. His slider, his curveball, and occasionally he will throw a splitter. Now the Royals are back to normal.
Here's the next one on Rollins, and he hits a liner over there to the second baseman, Danny Espinosa. Makes the grab on that one. He was going to his left on the right side of the infield, so one quick out. Well, the Angels have to be encouraged, Jose, with what they saw today from Tyler Skaggs.
Absolutely. He was able to bounce back, find some command inside of the zone. I think what really caught my eye was fastball was around 90, 92. But the breaking ball, he finally got a good feel for it, and way more effective when he took something off of it. So, all because of the repeatable mechanic and the extension he was getting with his arm.
Here's Span, their leadoff man, batting with 1 out. Looks at the first pitch. First pitch fastball in there called strike. Ramirez's 4th appearance, 2 in relief, 2 as a starter. Time was called. He was about ready to come in with the pitch here against Bernard Span. Now JC delivers and comes in with a breaking pitch. That's right in there for a called strike. So Skaggs 2 innings, no hits, no runs allowed, walked 2, struck out 2. And he ended up retiring 6 of the 8 batters that he faced today. Here's the next one on Span. He waves at that pitch and misses it. So Bernard Span is down on strikes. That was a nasty pitch right there.
No doubt, Terry. We'll see is exactly what JC wants to do. And he found more in the starter because he could experiment and push more with his pitch. You throw him mid to upper 90s. If he misses 96 to 98, along with the whites, you will get hit. Now, once you get a feel for the separation of speeds, different angles, different tilts, it's a different story with him. But really, Charles Nagy, Angels pitching coach, and JC Ramirez connected so nicely last year when he came over on a waiver claim. Had a real good feel, not just for living off of that fastball, but just to trust the other stuff and throw it early in the count like he just did here, even though he missed. You have to throw it. Got to exhibit it.
Talked about Charlie Nagy in the past. He's a guy that has a very calm approach with his pitching staff. Here's the next delivery. Nunez with a liner. It's hit right at Revere. And just like that, the inning is over. So a quick, clean inning for JC Ramirez. We have completed 3 innings here in Scottsdale. We are headed to the 4th. Been quiet offensively right now. There's no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Fourth inning, scoreless game. Angels and Giants matching up for the second and final time this spring. The Angels played the Giants back on the 2nd of March. That was in the first week of Cactus League play. Angels won that game in Tempe 5-4. 1 ball, no strikes on Calhoun. Trout and Pujols to follow in the next pitch. That's high and away. Ball 2, 2-0. Bumgarner working in inning number 3. He's allowed 1 hit, no runs. He's walked the batter. He's also had a strikeout. And here's the next pitch on Cole. He fouls that one back. A lot of teams will go with the 3-man right side infield with Cole Calhoun batting. The Giants aren't doing quite that, but the shortstop Rollins is not all that far from second base, and the third baseman Nunez is way across from the bag on the dirt on that left side.
There's so many variables now implemented into shifts, including, of course, who's on the mound.
Next delivery, Calhoun hits one high in the air out towards center field, in right center. Coming over and making the catch on it is Hunter Pence. Span could have caught that ball as well, but it's Pence who ended up making the grab. So that's the first out here in the 4th inning. Mike Trout will bat, and fans, don't forget to join the Angels for spring training at Tempe Diablo Stadium on March the 24th. The Angels will host the Seattle Mariners. Fans will enjoy a post-game concert performance by Gavin DeGraw. Visit angels.com/promotions to purchase your tickets today, and that game will start at 5:10. Late afternoon start.
Let's check those lights out.
That's right. There's Trout taking a strike. It's 0-1. Trout grounded out to third his first time up. Here he lifts one in the air into left field, but they're waiting, and making the grab is Mac Williamson. A lot of easy outs recorded on both sides here in the early going. 2 are gone here in the 4th. Albert is the next batter.
It's such a great view from down here, as mentioned earlier. But also how quickly the ball gets on the hitters. And even though Trout tried hard to get that barrel out, there was just enough life on that fastball towards the end to cut in and get more towards the label part of that barrel.
First one on Pujols, and that's a strike on the outside corner. The Giants were a National League wild card team last season. They ended up 87-75. They finished in second in the NL West. 3 straight winning seasons, and they've had winning seasons 7 of their last 8 years. And Pujols fouls this one back, not too far away from us.
Darren, what a struggle it was, because the bullpen went absolutely south on them for most of September, until the winning streak at the end got him in. With great leadership always of baseball operations. Of course, the man with the uniform, and Bruce Bochy. But boy, the point looks like St. Louis was going to catch him and get above. St. Louis ends up being a game away from getting to the playoffs. And Bochy and the Giants get it done again.
Giants actually had the best record in the majors at the All-Star break last year, and then struggled in the second half of the season. Next delivery on Albert with 2 strikes. He was taking. Bumgarner thought he just struck him out looking, but the pitch was called a ball by home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. So Albert got the call go his way. It's 2-2.
In the regular season, Albert Pujols against Bumgarner, 2 for 6, including a home run.
Here's the next delivery, and it's hit sharply down to third, but stopping it and throwing from his knees is the third baseman Nunez, and the one-hop throw is in time to get Albert. The inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Angels in the 4th. The bottom of the 4th is coming up, and right now no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Hunter Pence will lead the inning off for the Giants. Bottom of the fourth we go. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. First pitch from J.C. Ramirez to Pence. He was taking it low and outside. J.C. in his second inning of relief had a 1-2-3 bottom of the third. Right-hander against right-hander. Here's the next one on Hunter Pence, and he lifts another fly ball out towards Mike Trout, but this one is going to drop in front of him, a few feet in front of him for a hit. Trout did not get a real good read on that one out there in center field.
He knows it. Ballpark does not have a tall, say, roof area. And you can see where Trout hesitated in the beginning, and then towards the end just wants to play it safe, make sure that ball does not get by him. But you are right. When you look from center field and look in, outfield is going to have a lot of depth to work with. You go from the stands and right to the sky, as it is the case with so many of the older ballparks.
The next pitch, and that one is chased and missed by Williamson, and the ball pops off the mitt of Angels catcher Martin Maldonado. So moving up to second base on that one is going to be Pence. And we'll see how that one ends up being scored. It
should be nothing but a pass
ball. It should be, yeah.
You know, with Maldonado being the new catcher and receiver, as many different arms as he is, of course, caught, and he's one of the best at framing and presenting the ball to the umpire. But Terry Knight's going to have Skaggs, who runs the ball the 4 and 2 seamer, but his biggest challenge is going to be Garrett Richards. And then you have a guy out of the bullpen like Ramirez, whose fastball is going to be mid to upper 90s, also with some tail and sink and cut. Be ready.
Here's the pitch, and that looked like a good slider on the outside corner, taken for a strike.
As tough as it is to hit for the hitters when they tell you, I don't like facing that guy. But for the catcher, sometimes this is the part of the unpredictable. What is this fastball that I call going to do now?
Yeah, tough guy to catch. There's one that's a check swing, and they say that Williamson was holding on the appeal, so he counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sun is peeking through the light cloud cover here today.
Well, they're talking about perhaps their best attendance of this spring here today.
We'll see.
It was one of the gems of the Valley. Stadium's been around for a long time. The sunken diamond here. Scottsdale.
Here's the pitch, and a little bit low. Looks like as far as their biggest crowd so far this spring, it's been 11,515, and that was against the Cubs, the second Cactus League game the Giants played here this spring. Here's the next delivery. It's chopped to Fontana, the shortstop. His throw to first in plenty of time, but on the play, Pence will move to third base. He's there, and there's only 1 out. The batter will be Brandon Belt.
It's Giant-style baseball. Get it done and get the big boys in here to drive those runs in for Mac Williamson. Fine job staying inside that ball to make sure it's not a pulled type ground ball. It doesn't roll over it.
So the Angels will bring the infield in, trying to cut down that run at the plate. And the first delivery, that one is taken by Belt for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Hunter Pence, the runner at third base.
As we talked about earlier, 82 RBIs, but also quite impressive the amount of walks. At a 394 on base percentage last year.
There's a pitch a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Mentioned Pence over there at third base, and he likes to pull those pants up. He's pulled his pants up so high right now, they're above his knees. You see more of the stocking than you do the pants right now. He is way up.
Above the caps.
Yeah.
See some guys trying to imitate that now, too.
There's a check swing by Belt. They say was holding on the appeal. So it's 3-0.
was swung below the kneecaps. Pence has gone a couple of inches higher for the last couple of seasons.
Here's the next pitch, and that's a pitch in there for a called strike.
We're talking about the Pence. One of the best pictures I saw was Miguel Cabrera for Team Venezuela holding up Altuve's pants, hanging on a hanger. They look like Little League pants because Altuve actually altered his to be around the knees, and it was quite hilarious.
There's the next delivery. That one is swinging a foul tip, so it's a full count. Yeah, Altuve goes, what, about 5'5", 5'6"?
And then think about
the smallest players in the game.
And then to put those pants just around the knees.
Right. Altuve is one of the smallest players, if not the smallest, but he's also one of the best players in the game.
There's no doubt.
Here's the next delivery, and boy, that was another nasty pitch that gets a giant batter on strikes. This time it's Bell. He wasn't sure what to do with that one, and that was a real good job of pitching there by Ramirez. He had fallen behind 3-0, comes back to strike him out with the runner at third, so 2 are gone, and here is the catcher, Nick Hundley.
That is the ever-important breaking of the pattern of a fastball pitcher with good heat. Having the hitter think fastball all the time when you're behind and when you're ahead, but also having the ability to have him commit, respect that velocity, and then have good breaking stuff to finish him off.
So the infield can back up now with 2 outs, and Hundley goes after the first pitch and pops it foul over on the first base side. A lot of people chasing, but it's going to head back to the seats and out of play. Espinosa, Valbuena, and Calhoun were all in pursuit of that foul ball.
As we talk breaking balls with J.C. Ramirez, and he's told me this since last year, is he has to also make sure and be aware of not slowing down and tipping it when he's about to throw it, which he just did actually in that last one against Hundley. Just slowed everything down and just rolled it up there. Much different than what we saw against Belt. And big league hitters will let you know that very quickly.
So here's the next pitch, and Hundley takes that one for a strike. 0-2. He was with the Rockies last season, and we will see the Rockies tomorrow. And boy, oh boy, that's Buddy Black's club, and have they ever had injury issues this spring?
Yes.
Unbelievable amount of injuries to some key players.
Illnesses.
And there's a cut and a miss, and down on strikes goes Ramirez, and he was doing it by changing speeds in the inning. Struck him out, and they leave the runner at third. Nice job by JC here in the 4th. The 5th is next, and it's still a scoreless game. Angels and Giants on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Fifth inning, and the Giants starter, Madison Bumgarner, is still in the ballgame. So the Angels will square off against him here in the fifth inning. Valbuena, Espinosa, and Revere will be the first three. There's a new first baseman in the game for the Giants, the veteran Michael Morse, who's trying to win a spot after signing a minor league deal with them in the offseason. He's been with the Giants in the past. First one in there for a strike. It's 0-1 on Valbuena, playing for the first time in about 2 weeks. And the next delivery, that's taken for a called strike. 0-2 to count.
For Valbuena, you got to respect his power. He drives a baseball, and when you talk about since a couple years back in his average at-bats per home runs, he's right up there with some of the best.
There's a pitch that's way high and inside off the mid of the catcher Hundley. The ball goes back to the backstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Luis Valbuena.
19.1 at bats per home runs there. That's pretty impressive.
Here's the 1-2, and he chased that one. He threw it by him, struck him out. It was a high fastball there. Bumgarner's strikeout is second today. He's allowed just 1 hit, no runs. Pitching has been good on both sides. Last 5 retired in a row by Bumgarner. Here's Danny Espinosa, who struck out his first time up.
There are some guys that it takes 93, 95, and a high fastball to elevate and pitch effectively. Bumgarner with an arm action in life, not necessarily the case.
First pitch, that one is a little bit inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes.
90-91 is just as effective because he's so good at changing that plane on the hitter. As Valbuena just found out with that fastball.
And the next delivery, it's hit high in the air into right center field. Camping under out there and making the grab is Denard Span, the center fielder. Espinosa retired. 2 are gone quickly, and Ben Revere will be the next hitter. Fans, don't forget, get your red on. The 20-game flex plan offers a variety of options to choose from. Opening night, premium matchups, and promotional giveaway nights. Buy your flex plan today at angels.com/ticket plan or call 888-796-HALO. Revere is flied out to center, his first time up. Nunez at third is in, guarding against Revere. Maybe thinking about trying to drop one down. He takes the first pitch for strike 1. Bumgarner is ready on the pitch, and there's a little flare into left field, but right near the left fielder, Williamson makes the grab, and the Angels have a quiet inning here in the top of the 5th. The 1-2-3 inning for Bumgarner. He's probably finished for the day. Has now set down the last 7 in a row. The bottom of the 5th is coming up here in Scottsdale with no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Joe Panik will lead it off here in the Giants' 5th inning in a scoreless ball game. Bottom third of the batting order. And the first delivery, that's right in there for a called strike. Well, we kind of speculated that Bumgarner might be done as far as pitching in this ball game, but he is waiting on deck to bat. So we'll see. He's thrown only 54 pitches today in his 5 innings of work.
That is the reason.
1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And the next delivery, it's a 2-hopper hit the second right at Espinosa. He will throw out Panik. 1 second baseman retires another. And here is Bumgarner, who struck out his first time up.
Oh, good to see JC. Juan Carlos Ramirez from Managua, Nicaragua, start implementing those breaking balls a little bit more. We'll rarely use that changeup or splitter, but I did see him work a lot on that splitter in the early days of camp here in spring training and his bullpen sessions.
Here's the pitch, and that one is low. JC Ramirez.
Terry, that's part of me. That's showing a little respect there towards Bumgarner. There was no automatic fastball on that one.
Yeah. Then start him off with a first pitch fastball. Here comes the next pitch, and that is bounced foul over on the third base side. Ramirez, who's pitching now in his 3rd inning of this ball game, is on the Angels 40-man roster, and he is out of options. So you got to think he's going to be on that pitching staff in some form when the regular season begins, whether it's a starter or a reliever. And there's a cut and a miss, and the count is 1-2.
I think he sealed his way to this bullpen last season. And arms like this, where you don't find very often, and what you saw him do throughout the regular season, how well he adjusted. To me, there's no doubt. In fact, the Angels came into the spring just thinking about even projecting him as a starter.
Right. And there's a cut and a miss by Bumgarner, and he got him on a breaking ball right there. Ramirez has been throwing a curveball.
His curveball and his slider are very tight today.
Yeah.
Doing a great job. And he's been around Seattle, Philadelphia organizations, Cleveland, Arizona, back to Seattle, Arizona, Cincinnati. And here he is. I was talking about the connection he made with Charles Nagy. And Nagy, who knew him from the past, so obviously, is the one that highly recommended Ramirez to the Angels organization.
Ramirez has retired the last 5 in a row, and he has struck out 3 of the last 4, working with 2 outs here against the veteran Jimmy Rollins, who takes a breaking ball high. 2 balls, no strikes.
Former MVP. Tough year last year for Jimmy Rollins for the White Sox. Backup role.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is a little bit low and away. Rollins, a little guy, he's only about 5'7". The Philadelphia Phillies all-time hits leader. He was in the Phillies organization for 19 years.
And he's a champ. Very good seasons for the whole organization with Jimmy and the core group aboard.
And on the 3-0, he takes ball 4. He walks on 4 pitches. So Ramirez walking his first batter.
Talking about Rollins over at first base. Also last season he saw himself around this time vying for a spot because he also had signed a minor league contract with the Chicago White Sox. Late, actually. He did not sign until February 22nd before he headed off to Glendale with the White Sox and eventually made the team.
So Rollins on over there at first base, and he draws a throw, and he dives back.
Not only did Rollins made the team, he became the opening day shortstop last year for Chicago.
And he did. Jimmy Rollins, in his younger days when he was with the Phillies, big base stealer in his career, he's stolen 470 bases. He's leading off first. Draws a throw, and
a lot of flinching there.
Rollins, 38 years old now. Still trying to win a spot on a major league roster.
Their all-star shortstop has really turned into a terrific player. Brandon Crawford playing for Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
There's a swing and a foul tip off the mid. Maldonado, the catcher, and the count, no balls and 1 strike.
Until when you talk Brandon Crawford, you talk about opening up some eyes in how he has developed at the big league level as a hitter and as a run producer now. And beyond that Gold Glove that he carries, what a good player he is.
Crawford with 84 runs batted in out of that shortstop position for the Giants last year. And the next pitch, that's low, and that one skipped away from Maldonado, the catcher, and that's going to get back to the backstop. So Rollins will move up to second base.
Seen a lot of breaking ball from Ramirez today, and a couple of issues there with that fastball. One that tailed in that Maldonado missed, and now this one. Tails on the lefty.
It might be another pass ball. Maldonado had one in the 4th inning last inning, and looks like he's going to have another one on that one. So they have the go-ahead runner at second, 2 outs. The pitch, it's chopped right towards second, handled there by Espinosa. He will throw out Span, and it's a scoreless inning of work for J.C. Ramirez, who completes his 3rd inning in this ball game. Through 5, there's no score on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Martin Maldonado will be the first batter up for the Angels. Couple of changes defensively for the Giants. A new double play combination. Gordon Beckham is the shortstop, and Aaron Hill is now the second baseman. And the first delivery, that's fouled off by Maldonado. One of the neat things about this ballpark here in Scottsdale Stadium, they have the misters that they have kind of shooting the mist, the cold mist onto the fans here in front of us. There's a ball chopped on the third base side. It's fielded right near the bag by Nunez, and he will throw out Maldonado. There's one away.
Trying to cool things here. It's getting a little warmer here in the Valley of the Sun all throughout the Cactus Lake. But Terry, keep your eye on your paper because it will get a little wet.
Oh, if the wind blows in, we'll be in trouble, Jose.
That's great.
Things are quiet right now, but Yeah, nice.
Feel it?
Little cool mist blowing onto the fans.
I'll cool off a little bit in the booth.
See that at a lot of the restaurants here in the valley that have outdoor seating, so they've taken it to the ballpark here as well. Here's Fontana at the plate. The count's 1 ball, no strikes.
And when it's 115, it doesn't matter.
It might matter a little bit. It'd be better than them not being on.
Raise the humidity too. So I recall a cloud that used to form over at the old Phoenix Municipal Stadium playing Pacific Coast League games there for years. Yep. And before you know it, you're like, what is this cloud hanging just over the ballpark? Well, it was a product of the misters. Get some pop-ups lost in the so-called fog.
Well, we're watching the action through the mist right now. Here's a cut and a miss. And the count on Fontana now 2-2. He's the Angels' number 9 hitter, and he's had the only hit in this ball game against Bumgarner, who's now working in his 6th inning. The Giants have only 1 hit today as well. So things very quiet offensively for both teams in this one at this point.
It's reflecting a little bit more what you see from Bumgarner and the Giants in the regular season. Those ball games, length out of a starter.
So here comes the 2-2, and that is a called third strike. Got him looking. So that's 9 in a row now retired by Bumgarner. He has been tough today. That's his 3rd strikeout.
He is one of the best at his craft, and he does it in so many different ways and so consistent through the years. Spinning so easily and giving the breaking ball a different look, perhaps, than he did to the Angels hitters in the 1st inning.
He is a true workhorse in this sport. He's had 5 straight seasons of 200 innings or more. Last year, 226 and 2/3. Back in 2014, when they were in the postseason, won the World Series, all the innings, regular season, postseason, total 270 innings. And there's a pitch that's high and away on Escobar. 1-1 the count.
Bumgarner throwing the ball so easy and around the zone. He's truly filling the zone. Came into this inning with only 54 pitches made. And last time out, he already had gone 4 innings for the Giants on March 10th.
There's one that's cut on and missed, and the count is 1-2.
This kind of reminds me of the days with the Oakland Athletics and their starters that usually were ahead of everybody in baseball with their innings pitched right from the very first time they took them out in spring training.
Here's the next delivery, and that one just missed. So the count 2-2. 66 pitches now for Bumgarner. I know I said it last inning, but you got to think this is going to be the final inning for him. And here's the next delivery. It's chopped on the 3rd base side, and a foul ball. Fielded there by Nunez, but it was foul. Fans, don't forget, tomorrow the Angels will continue their Cactus League road trip, and we will be at Salt River Fields. The Colorado Rockies share that facility with the Arizona Diamondbacks. It'll be the Angels and Rockies tomorrow. Garrett Richards against Tyler Chatwood. Former Angel will face the Halos tomorrow afternoon.
Terrific bounce back in his career. He was very solid for the Rockies last year. Great kid, Southern Californian Tyler Chatwood.
Friday, the Angels will be back at Surprise Stadium to take on the Texas Rangers. Alex Meyer will go for the Angels, and Mike Hochschild, who's bidding for a spot to be in the Rangers starting rotation. He'll get the start for Texas on Friday. Here's the next pitch, and a fly ball lifted down the right field side. Pence is chasing, has room right near the foul line. Will make the catch just across the line in foul ground to end the inning. 10 straight retired by Bumgarner. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning with a scoreless game. Angels and Giants on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. continue for the Angels, and why not? He's done a nice job since coming in. 3 scoreless innings, allowing just 1 hit. So Eduardo Nunez will lead things off. Number 2 hitter in the Giants lineup today. Their third baseman, right-hander against right-hander. Here's the first pitch. That's a shot just out of the reach. Escobar, it's going to roll all the way out to the fence out there in left field. This will be extra bases as Nunez will coast in a second with a first pitch leadoff double here in the bottom of the 6th. That is the first extra base hit for either club. And Hunter Pence will be the next batter.
Oh, JC had been on a nice run by getting ahead with a fastball or with a breaking ball. And Nunez says fastball in. I am not going to miss that one. 2-seamer. Great job keeping that ball fair.
So here's Pence, who singled his last time up. He had had their only hit through the first 5 innings of this game. Ramirez delivers, and that one is pitched a little bit low. The bottom of the 6th inning. It's being brought to you today by our friends at Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet is pursuing excellence every day. You can visit them at rotolo.com. That's rotolo.com. There goes the runner at second. Pitch is a ball. Throw down to third, and it's offline. A little bit low, and it kind of took Escobar off the bag a little bit. So that's going to be a stolen base for Nunez. He had 40 of them a year ago, so not surprising he was on the move.
And as good as Maldonado is, he needs help from the guys on the mound. And a great job by the Giants and by Nunez, knowing that Jason Ramirez is very slow to the plate. Very deliberate, and also choosing the right pitch to run on a slow breaking ball.
So the Giants are threatening to get the game's first run. Here's the pitch on Pence. That's low and away. Angels have brought the infield in. It's now a 3-0 count on Pence with Williamson waiting on deck. Outfield shading Pence a bit the opposite way. And the next delivery on the 3-0, he kind of took a bit of a check swing on that one. It's in there for strike 3-1.
Clearly he had the green light. Just got caught in between. The fastball tailing away. Yes or no?
3-1 delivery, and that's nowhere close. Low, blocked by the catcher Maldonado. It's ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out. Second walk given up by J.C. Ramirez. Williamson 0 for 2 today.
Ramirez really quite economical in the pitch count. Only 43 so far. He has the ability to get a strikeout, and this situation calls exactly for that.
So here's Williamson, who's driven in 2 runs for the Giants this spring, and the 2 RBIs have come on a pair of solo homers. Hasn't had any other hits that have driven in runs. So we'll see what happens here. Right-hander against right-hander as Ramirez set. He delivers, and that one is a little bit low for a ball.
Good power from Williamson. Combined 17 home runs between AAA and the big leagues. 11 of those came in Sacramento.
Here's the next pitch. And this one is bounced by the mound. It's going to get a run in. The only chance for an out first, and the throw just in time by Fontana over there to Valbuena. So on the 6-3 ground out, Nunez will score. And Pence moves up to second base. It's 1-0 San Francisco.
Well, it was something the Giants would welcome in the regular season to get some runs for their starters. It will sometimes become a very challenging ballpark. And with the slumps coming sometime in bunches for their ball club due to some of the absences in their lineup. Well, putting the ball in play, situational hitting, stealing bases like Nunez did, that's another dimension much needed for the Giants team.
So So here is Morse batting for the first time today, and he cuts and misses that one for strike one. No balls and one strike.
Can the Beast make a comeback?
Big guy goes 6'5", 245-pounder. Played for the Giants back in 2014 when they won the World Series. He was with the Pirates only 6 games with Pittsburgh a year ago. The ball's 1 strike to count on Morse. His spring is 5 for 21 with a couple of home runs. And the pitch, and that's a ball that's driven into deep left center field. It's going to bang off the wall out there. It's going to score a run, and it's second with a ringing double off the left center field wall is Morse. It's 2-0 San Francisco.
Certainly something that's going to help Morse in the eyes of everyone watching his swing as he has been away from the game. But good job on catching up with a mid-90s fastball right into his wheelhouse as he drops that barrel. And makes a short path right to that baseball to let it fly. At times, Morse, because he does have those arms so wide away from his body and exposed, has been very acceptable to the fastballs in. Very good job there with pitch selection.
So here's Hundley, the catcher. First pitch. He bounces that one off the glove of Ramirez. He picks the ball up. Will have to hurry the throw to first. The throw gets away from Valbuena. Morse is going to score. And the batter, Hundley, is going to end up at second base. Well, in his haste after the ball got away from him, Ramirez did recover to get the ball back, but then did not make a good throw to first base. And now the Giants lead it 3-0.
Well, just like that, after so solid 3 innings through 37 pitches. The Giants doing a fine job readjusting on their approach against Ramirez. They got to see what he was trying to implement with the breaking ball, the off speed, and much harder contact here second time around. He could smell trouble right from the get-go the minute that ball got knocked down. And visibly upset, and he should be.
So it turns out to be a 2-base error on the Angels pitcher. No RBI as Morse came in from second on that comebacker. And at the plate now is Aaron Hill. This is his first time up, and he takes that one for strike one. Hill took over at second base for Panik, who was 0 for 1 today. Aaron Hill signed a minor league deal with the Giants in the offseason. He rips the ball in the left field. That's going to fall in for a hit. That's going to score another run. So things kind of falling apart here in this inning for J.C. Ramirez. He had pitched 3 scoreless innings coming in. There's a play at second base trying to advance on the throw towards the plate, and it's going to get Hill trying to take the extra base, but he'll get an RBI on that one. 4-0 San Francisco. Now 2 outs in the inning.
It's a good job there by Danny Espinosa, mainly because a throw from Revere wide off the bag. In fact, in the grass part of the infield. And a nice hustle. Sprint towards the bag where Espinosa had to dive to get that tag on time on Aaron Hill.
So Jared Parker is going to bat. This is Bumgarner's spot. So the pinch hitter Parker swings from the left side, takes ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Parker right now in a battle for the starting left fielder's spot for the Giants. And here's the pitch he takes, and that one is in there for a strike.
J.C. Ramirez would love to forget the last 15 pitches. Different story than the first 37. Location has suffered. And of course, big league hitters not missing balls out over the plate as he has rolled a few breaking balls in there. Like that one.
That pitch in there, taken for a strike. 3 hits in this inning, a walk, an error, and 4 runs for the Giants. This was a scoreless game coming into this bottom of the 6th, but now 4-0 San Francisco. Here's the next delivery. A breaking ball cut on and missed. Got him, struck him out, and that's how the inning will end. Let the Giants break the ice. They put 4 on the board here in the 6th. The Angels need runs. We hit to the 7th. 4-0 San Francisco on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher in the ballgame for the Giants as we head to the 7th inning is Ty Blach, who was in 4 games, 2 as a starter last year for San Francisco, former 5th-round pick. And the left-hander's first delivery on Cole Calhoun right in there for a strike. We'll give you Bumgarner's numbers in just a moment. He was very good today. 6 scoreless innings. He allowed only 1 hit, and there's a shot into right field off the bat of Cole Calhoun. That's going to be a leadoff single here against the reliever Block, and Mike Trout will be the next batter. Other numbers on Bumgarner in the walk department, he issued 1, and in the strikeout department today, he finished up with 3. So here's Trout, who's gone 0 for 2. And the first pitch on Mike, he checks on that one. That's in there for a strike. Ty Blach, who's pitching. His last name is spelled B-L-A-C-H, but pronounced Block. And he's a guy who the scouting report says has a terrific changeup, a Tim Glavine-like changeup. So that's pretty good changeup if that description is accurate.
Tommy Glavine got an excellent one. You can make it fade away. You can make it dive. At times, even it will make it dive and cut.
There's Trout taking up and in. The count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Block is set, and here's the next delivery, and that one misses a little bit outside. The new catcher, Block's battery mate, is Tim Fedorovich. And they also have a new left fielder in the ball game. Here's the pitch, and that one is blasted deep down the left field side. The left fielder is chasing, can't quite get to it. It bangs off the fence out there. It's out on the warning track, and being waved home now is Cole Calhoun, and and Cole Calhoun is safe at the plate. He wasn't sure if the ball would be caught or not, and that's why it ended up being a pretty close play at the plate. Trout has a triple, and the Angels get on the scoreboard. It's now 4-1. It is 360 to left field, so you really got to put a charge into it, and Trout did. But it didn't quite get out, but it did get a run in, and the Angels are on the board, and Trout is in scoring position with nobody out and Albert at the plate.
Well, Mike got that ball off the end of the bat, and also where the new left fielder was playing was more shaded towards right center field. So even though the ball was in the air for quite a while, just the run was way too long and out of his reach.
So here's Albert batting, and that one is a little bit low. Good block on it by the new catcher, Fedorovich.
Trout's hit. Just outstanding base running by Cole Calhoun.
Here's the pitch, and that one on Albert is a ball to count 2-0.
A trio of batters and production and grouping that the Angels need once again, like last season, to be productive with the opportunities to get on the board. Calhoun, Trout, Pujols.
Here's the next one to Albert, and there's a one-hopper through the right side of the infield. That's going to be a base hit and an RBI single for Pujols. So the Angels have wasted little time now to cut this lead in half. First three batters have all had hits for the Angels in the inning against the reliever block, and now it's a 4-2 Giants lead.
That's Albert staying on that changeup up in the zone and just allowing that ball to get a little bit deeper and use his strong hand, leading with that knob as he likes to do, and then of course applying that backside with those hits to push it through. And here's a professional hitter showing once again why he bounced back last year and had 119 RBI with that approach.
Albert's going to be lifted for a pinch runner, and it looks like Dustin Ackley has come in to run for him over at first base. There's the pitch on Valbuena. He takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And here's the next delivery. That one is sliced into shallow left field. That's going to drop in for a blue base hit. Valbuena goes the opposite way. So every batter that Block has faced here in this 7th inning, all 4 of them have had hits. Angels have the tying run on now at first base. Still nobody out. And Espinosa will be the next batter, and the Angels will pinch run for Valbuena, who just got that single.
Well, welcome back to Luis Valbuena. He had missed a lot of games and not played since March 2nd due to the soreness in his left leg. And one of the things he was telling me before the game, main thing is today, just not be all too jumpy and over anxious, knowing that he still has time to get ready for the regular season. But his leg has improved very nicely.
Matt Thaiss is the pinch runner over at first. Here's the pitch on Espinosa, low, blocked by the catcher Fedorovich. One ball, no strikes. Well, Danny Espinosa, who has not hit a whole lot here this spring. This would be a good spot for him. 2 runners on base. Angels trying to get back in this ball game, and the pitch that's up and in, and the count's 2 balls and no strikes. As Block works, he had pitched pretty well coming into this game. 4 appearances this spring, 3 in relief, 1 as a starter. 2.89 ERA, but 4 consecutive hits against him to start off this top of the 7th. And the next delivery, that's right in there for a strike. Here's the next delivery, and that one is cut on and missed.
Thaiss at first, recently reassigned to minor league camp. And the Angels made more moves. Michael Hermosillo, David Fletcher, and Sherman Johnson were reassigned to minor league camp yesterday.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's hit hard but foul. Back to the seats. Boy, Espinosa got a good swing at that one. Hit the ball sharply, but a foul ball.
There's that changeup. Again, staying up in the zone. Different approach. You can see there Espinosa and Pujols. As Espinosa hooks around it, Pujols pushes it the other way. As Danny's trying to readjust, especially here with 2 strikes, and cut down on the strikeouts.
Here's the 2-2 and a little bit low, so it's a full count. The rest of the changes for the Giants this inning. The new third baseman is Jay Wong. The new left fielder is Chris Marrero. The new center fielder is Justin Ruggiano. So we'll see what gives payoff delivery. It's a ground ball, base hit right up the middle. Going into third base and being waved home is the lead runner. That's Ackley. He'll score. 5 straight hits in the inning. And now it's just a 1-run San Francisco lead at 4-3.
It's been a tough run here for the youngster Block. And Dave Righetti making his way out to the mound. Location so important to get a feel for what you can do in and out of the zone, but you cannot nibble too much out of the zone when the command is not there, and especially when you don't have it to set up hitters to really go out there and implement the plus changeup. Those hitters have been more than ready, and of course, Terry, quite happy to see Madison Bumgarner out of there.
Yeah, what a difference since he's left the ball game. The last 3 Angel batters have all had RBI hits. 5 straight hits here in the inning. Ben Revere will try and keep this thing going here in the inning with nobody out. Tying run is at second. Go ahead run at first. They think Revere might be bunting in this situation. We'll see. Block is set. Revere's around to bunt. Lays off the pitch, and the pitch is in there for strike 1.
Revere, decent bunter himself, and these are situations that will present themselves during the regular season. But Mike Scioscia needs to know more about Revere and what he can do with them. What are the options?
Here's the next pitch. He was thinking bunt again. Lays off that one. It's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll run down some action around the Cactus League and Grapefruit League in just a moment. This one is tightened up. No one had scored coming into the 7th inning. Now a lot of runs happening in the 7th. Giants got 4. The Angels have scored 3 and have a chance to get more. There's ball 2. It's 2-1. Indians leading the Rangers 8-2. That's in the 4th inning. Royals and White Sox 2-2 in the 6th. Reds up on the Padres 4-3 in the 5th. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Revere taking again, showing signs of bunting, and he takes another strike. So the count level at 2. Dodgers and Mariners are 3-3 in the 5th. Brewers and Rockies 1-1 in the 5th inning. Grapefruit League, Phillies and Yankees play later tonight. The Yankees are 13-5 in exhibition play this spring. 2-2. Chopped softly on the right side. It'll advance the runners. The flip to the pitcher covering, and just getting there before Revere is blocked. So that'll be a 3-1 ground out. The first baseman to the pitcher covering the bag at first. Angels will take that. It's a productive out. It basically worked like a bunt, and now runners at second and third with only 1 out. And Martin Maldonado will be the hitter. Other games in Florida today. The Tigers beat the Braves 8-6. Pirates over the Orioles 6-5. Red Sox and Rays a 3-3 tie. Here's the pitch, and that one missed for a ball. Marlins beat the Mets 6-2. Twins blanked the Cardinals 8-0. Astros over the Nationals 8-2. In our game, it is 4-3 Giants. 1 out in the 7th. Runners at second and third. Next delivery in there on Maldonado. 1-1. He's had an 0 for 1 day with a walk. Fontana is the next scheduled batter for the Angels, although we could have a pinch hitter. Shane Robinson is waiting on deck, and here's a fly ball lifted into right field. The catch is going to be made by Williamson. The throw to the plate's late. Tagging and scoring the tying run is Theis on the sacrifice fly, and it's now 4-4. So Martin Maldonado comes through. He drives in the tying run.
Well, just like that, little by little, the Angels continue to peck away. Improve the quality of that bats using the other side of the field. Quite impressive once again, Maldonado, like Pujols did. Calhoun started it all against the lefty with a single. And once the big boys started getting it done, it's quite contagious, filtering all the way down to the bottom of the order.
So here's Robinson batting. Go-ahead run at second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and that one misses high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Next delivery. That one is low. Blocked by the catcher, Fedorovich. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Terry Smith along with Jose Mota, our producer engineer here in Scottsdale, is Jorge Sevilla. And the 2-0 delivery. That's taken for a strike. 2-1 on Shane Robinson, who's had a good spring for the Angels. He's hitting a little over 400. Driven in 5 runs. Base hit here could give the Angels the lead. Blocked with the next pitch, and he's way high with this one. 30 pitches. Make it 31 now for Block after that last one missed. 3-1 to count.
It took 35 pitches for Bumgarner to get through 3 innings.
Yeah. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and boy, that was a pitch that was called a strike right there. That one looked like it was a little up and in, but the call goes Block's way, so it's a full count. Here's the payoff delivery. Lifted in the air down the right field side. Chasing after that one is Williamson, and he will make the running catch right near the foul line in fair territory. The inning is over. 8 batters step up for the Angels here in the 7th inning. And in the 7th, each team scores 4 runs. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 4 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Wholesale changes for the Angels as we go to the bottom of the 7th in a 4-4 ball game. So let's set you up around the infield, and it's a brand new look. Matt Thaiss stays in the game. He's at first. Ray Navarro is now playing second. Caleb Coward is the third baseman. Matt Williams at shortstop. Outfield has a totally different look as well. Ramon Flores in left. Shane Robinson stays in the game. He's in center. Eric Young Jr. is the right fielder for the Angels, and the new pitcher is Cam Bedrosian. So we are set to go, bottom of the 7th inning.
Terry, I got it. Well done. Welcome back to spring training.
Gordon Beckham is the batter, and the first pitch on him, that one is in there for a called strike. Beckham, a former Angel. He's with the Giants, signing a minor league deal during the offseason. He played for them for part of last season, and he checks his swing and fouls that one off the screen near the Giants' first base dugout. Beckham was with the Braves last year, then acquired by the Giants. Overall, he hit just .212 last season. Played for the Angels in 2014.
And once starting second baseman for Chicago White Sox, who projected to be a star in the game.
Yeah, former first-round pick back in 2008 of the White Sox.
Nice kid right here.
Next one on Beckham. He takes that one inside for a ball. Cam Bedrosian, as he works this appearance for the right-hander, is third this spring. 2 scoreless innings with 4 strikeouts, 2 hits allowed. And here's the 1-2 pitch, and a little bit low. 2-2 is the count.
Good to see Cam back on the mound. The abductor issue is behind him. He has been throwing the ball flawlessly. Fastball to mid-90s. And boy, that slider is continuing on where it was last year. Very tight and hard breaking.
Next one on Beckham, and there was one there. It just missed, so it's a full count. Beckham hitting .227 this spring for the Giants, trying to win a spot as a reserve on their opening day roster. So we'll see what gives on the payoff as Bedrosian delivers, and it's lined in the left field, but right at the new left fielder Ramon Flores. He puts it away. That's the first out. Top of the batting order now. Justin Ruggiano, who took over for Denard Span in center field, will get set for his first at bat today. Span was 0 for 2. Give you J.C. Ramirez's numbers in just a moment. Bedrosian replacing him here in the 7th in a 4-4 game to pitch. A little bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Walter, the path is wide open for Cam Bedrosian, who really came into his own last year. 51 strikeouts and 40 in 1/3 innings. Only allowed 30 hits.
There's a pitch taken for a strike by Ruggiano. The count is level on him. It's 1-1.
Here's a number that really went considerably up on Bedrosian. It's the ground balls allowed. Percentage went from around 42% in 2015 to around 52% in 2016. And of course, not that he is a ground ball pitcher, but he was able to get more hitters to roll over the tight slider now that he was not looping the breaking ball. But more impressive is just he can let it go, and he really made a great adjustment. Only in 1.12 ERA.
Here's the next pitch, and it's a pop on the right side of the infield, straddling the foul line, and now giving way to the second baseman. Thaiss will let Navarro handle that one. The second baseman makes the catch in foul ground. That's the second out. So Ruggiano set down his first time up. And now Jay Wong will be the batter. Saw him a few weeks ago when the two teams met in Tempe, and Wong, the player who had played 10 years in South Korea. Over 100 home runs in South Korea, 285 batting average there. Had a big year in South Korea last year. 26 homers, 104 driven in, 24 stolen bases with a .335 batting average.
Some great tools, hoping that they make the transfer in a positive way to the United States, which is not the easiest of cases. Look at the Minnesota Twins went through with Park.
Yeah.
He eventually got taken off the roster.
Pitch fouled back. Yeah, when they signed him, they had the big press conference, and they called him the Babe Ruth of South Korea.
He was over there.
Yeah.
In years of 40, 50 home runs. And hit one of the longest home runs, actually, that we saw last year against the Angels, and Joe Smith with dead central over at Target Field. Wow.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, and this is another pop-up just like the last one near the foul line, and coming across is Navarro to make the grab on that one. That was almost at the exact same spot as the ball that Ruggiano popped out on in foul ground. So good inning for Bedrosian, and they go down cleanly here in the 7th. The 8th inning is coming up, and it's a 4-4 game here in Scottsdale on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
The Lexus Commander.
Eric Young batting on the first pitch thrown by Block to start off the 8th inning. Bunted a ball. It was fielded by Michael Morse, the first baseman, and he flipped to the second baseman, Aaron Hill, who was covering first for the out. So just like that, one pitch, one away.
Boy, do you think Michael Morse had an idea as to what might have happened and how they designed the play with the second baseman covering? It almost looked like a sacrifice defense there.
Yep. Here's Ray Navarro batting. He's hitting out a Cole Calhoun spot. Cole was 1 for 3 today. And the next pitch on Navarro, he takes that one. It evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cole Calhoun is solid as ever. He will not grab the headlines, but boy, you talk about a gamer and a player that brings it every day. Lefties, righties, defense, arm, base running. So a little bit of everything from him today.
2-1 now, the count on Navarro, and the next pitch, and that one is a little bit inside. Well, Block threw over 30 pitches last inning, his first inning of relief, and he was touched for 5 hits and 4 runs, but back out there for another inning of work, and there's a pitch on the outside corner, and now it's a full count on Navarro, who is 2 for 11 at the plate this spring.
For Block is keep him stretched out. Got to get it to work in, good or bad.
Next pitch, that's fouled off down the left side out of play. We should be getting the official attendance shortly. And
I'm going to go about 12,000.
That's a pretty good bet right there, Jose. And the 3-2 pitch. This is fouled back, not too far away from our booth, backing out of play. Here's the next delivery, and there's another one. It's popped back foul. And back to the seats on the first base side. So we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Angels have a couple more road games on this Cactus League road trip. One tomorrow at Salt River Fields. Friday at Surprise Stadium. And again, another one fouled back up above us. Backing out of play.
Do you like these road trips? 10, 15 minutes away?
Yeah.
No suitcase packing?
No suitcase packing.
Stay home.
There's the 3-2, and Navarro fouls another one off. So this is a good battle right here. 1 out in the 8th. 4-4 the score. No one scored anything in the first 6 innings, and each team got 4 in the 7th. And the payoff. This is fouled back again. So that's been about a half dozen pitches he's fouled off here. Lengthy at bat as Navarro is hanging tough. Block keeps pumping in strikes. We'll see what happens on another 3-2. Here it comes, and this one is lifted in the air in his center field, but it's hanging up. Ruggiano is out there. He will make the grab on it. Routine play out number 2. So Caleb Cowart will be the next hitter, and he's batting out a Trout spot. Trout was 1 for 3 today with a triple, and he scored a run. Calling all Angel fans and runners. Join us on April 22nd for the Angels 5K and Family Fun Run. It's presented by St. Joseph Hoag Health. Participants get a T-shirt, a medal, a ticket voucher for a select 2017 home game. Proceeds benefit the Angels Baseball Foundation. First one on Cowart, in there for strike 1. And there's one low and away. Cowart's had 4 hits 23 times up this spring. And the next delivery, it's taken for a strike, so it's 1-2.
There was a time there, about maybe 8, 9 at bats ago, we thought he was going to continue to keep it going. He had a nice swing, staying flat, making contact, and he continues to struggle on pitch selection, reaching some of those pitches that the Angels are hoping he can connect on consistently. Still a very talented young man.
There's a 2-2 on Cowart. He goes with that pitch, but fouls it off on the right side. He had the right approach there. He didn't try to pull that pitch, but fouled it off.
Which is part of what the Angels, of course, are hoping to see develop on a more consistent basis to cut down on the barrels missing. Still with that flat bat on his shoulder. And the next delivery, fouls another one off on the right side. That's backing out of play. Sure, that's that approach you like again. Yeah. Even if you get beat by the fastball once in a while, you can't be afraid to continue to try it now that he's even choking up on the bat a little bit more. Ackley's waiting on deck, and the next delivery, and it's a fly ball lifted to right field, right near Williamson, and he will squeeze it for the out. So that was a lot better inning for Block than last inning. He sits down the Angels quietly here in the 8th. The bottom of the 8th is next. It's a 4-4 game here in Scottsdale on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Angels have a new battery. The new pitcher is Justin Miller. The new catcher is Francisco Arcia. And the first pitch from Miller, that one is right in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Chris Marrero is the batter, and this is his first at bat today. He's hitting out of Hunter Pence's spot, and he came into the ball game in the outfield, although playing in left field now. There's a pitch that is going to even up the counts. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's been a tough spring for Justin Miller. Comes in with a 14.54 ERA. Trying to get things together. And he's that veteran experience to gather himself and put pitches in good spots. But the opponents have been feasting off of him. In those 4 1/3 innings, he has allowed 11 hits.
Miller replacing Bedrosian, who had a clean inning for the Angels in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the next one on Marrero. That's way low and outside. It was blocked by the new catcher Arcia. So 2-2 the count.
Chris Marrero, 3 home runs. Tied for the team lead. The Giants have hit 21 home runs coming into today.
Here's the next pitch, and that's a shot into center field. Going back is Robinson, and he reaches up and makes the catch. That was not an easy play right there. It was hit right in the direction of where Robinson was playing, and he had to stretch up and nab that one for the out.
Oh, we saw Mike Trout had a little bit of trouble on the read here with his roof line coming right out, and then the sun, and Shane Robinson still fighting some of the sun. Makes a nice play. Freeze, and then you see what the ball's going to do, and you give yourself a better chance.
So here's Williamson, who's gone all the way. He's played both corner outfield spots for the Giants today. Now in right field, and he takes that one for a strike as a batter today. He's gone 0 for 3 with a run batted in. Miller is ready. Here's the next pitch. That's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's bottom of the 8th inning. It's being brought to you today by Rotolo Chevrolet in Fontana. Rotolo Chevrolet is pursuing excellence every day. Visit them at rotolo.com. That's rotolo.com. Here's the 1-1. And it's a pop-up foul on the left side of home, out of play. 1-2 the count. For the score, Angels and the Giants. Angels have 6 hits today. The Giants have 4, and the pitch, and that one is tipped foul back behind home. 1-2. A little bit of a breeze right now coming in at times from center field. Here's the next pitch, and that's low. And a good block by Arcia, but no one on base, so it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it's our big game today. Team USA and Buster Posey and Brandon Crawford take on Team Venezuela. World Baseball Classic from Petco tonight. 2 loaded lineups. Felix Hernandez on the mound for Venezuela, and Drew Smiley for Team USA.
There's one fouled off on the right side. Angels have, 3 pitchers on Team Venezuela?
Ismael Petit, Jose Alvarez, and Deolis Guerra.
2-2. Yesterday, Puerto Rico beat the Dominican Republic. First time the Dominican had lost in a long time in WBC play.
They've won 11 in a row. Puerto Rico's solid team all the way around, boy. Just to witness Correa at third, Lindor at short, Baez at second, Yadi Molina, company. Wow.
Count's full. It's 3-2 here on Williamson. Morse is waiting on deck. Miller set. We'll see what gives on the 3-2 delivery. And it's a cut and a ball popped up on the first base side foul. Chasing after it are both Place and catcher Arcia. It's back to the seats out of play behind the Giants first base dugout.
In that too, what a nice run by Jerry Weinstein, Terry, and Team Israel, who was eliminated, but we made a lot of fans throughout the world. Davis opened some eyes to perhaps get a better look as a big league player again, projecting.
Here's the pitch, and that one is hit well into left center field. The Angels outfielders are chasing. It's out by the wall and off the wall in left center. Throw back to second is going to be late and sliding into second with a double off the wall in left center field is Williamson, his first hit of the day. So both batters in the inning have hit the ball hard. And now Morse will be the next hitter.
Just missing one is Mac Williamson, who does have power. 17 home runs between AAA and the big leagues. The ball was hit on a line and perhaps did not have a whole lot of backspin because it was tagged.
So Miller in a situation that he's been in a few times this spring. He's in some trouble. That's 12 hits that he's allowed now in 4 2/3 innings this spring. And the first pitch is a ball on Morse, 1-0. Morse had an RBI double a couple of innings ago in the bottom of the 6th for the Giants. One out, one on. Next pitch, and that fooled Morse. That looked like a good slider there. In fact, Morse went down to a knee chasing that pitch.
The one thing that was quite clear there is Morse was looking slider as he should have been.
Miller's delivery, and he tried to pick inside with that pitch. It missed.
Still looking slider. At some point, he's got information that he remembers from the past. A veteran like Justin Miller.
Miller pretty much a two-pitch pitcher. The slider is best pitch, but he does have a plus fastball. But his pitch when he has it working is that slider. He missed with that one inside. And now it's a 3-1 count on Morse. Fedorovich, the catcher, is waiting on deck. He's yet to bat today. Miller's 3-1 delivery. That's lined and just out of the reach of Williams. It's going to drop into left center. Going into third, being waved home is Williamson. Throw to the plate. He'll score. And Morse ends up at second base on the throw to the plate. He has an RBI single, and the Giants are back on top. They lead it 5-4.
That's where a veteran hitter is so valuable for you. Coming off the bench, making a few starts here and there, emergencies on an injury, and even after Miller tried to bust him in and show fastballs a couple of times, he knew what was coming, and it was that slider again. Well, Michael Morse has done it many times to know how he's being set up to eventually see that spin.
So Morse will leave for a pinch runner. He gets the RBI hit. And at the plate now is Fedorovich, and the first pitch in there for a strike. One out, a run in, a runner on, and the next delivery that's fouled back by Fedorovich, backing out of play.
Rondo Calixte is now the pinch runner at second base.
comes the next delivery, and that's fouled off on the right side, backing out of play. Justin Miller's struggles continue here today. Bats here for the Giants. He's hitting .286 this spring. He's gone 4 for 14. Two strikes on Federovich. Already a 22-pitch inning, just one out. Been a struggle here for Miller, and the next delivery. That's lifted in the air in the right center field. Chasing hard after it is Young. Can't get there. And the ball rolls all the way out to the fence in right center. The runner, Calixte, will come in and score from second. It's going to be an RBI double for Federovich. And now the Giants' lead gets bigger. It's 6-4.
It's been unfortunate for a veteran pitcher, just not able to find that consistency in the pitches and the quality of them and setting hitters up, because as the slaughter continues to flatten up, so are the barrels right through the zone against Justin Miller.
So Mike Scioscia has gone out to the mound, and we will have a pitching change, a break in the action here in the bottom of the eighth. When we get back, 6-4 San Francisco on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Pitcher number 5 of the day for the Angels is lefty Cody Ege. This is game 7 for him in the Cactus League. He's done a good job. 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, no walks, 4 strikeouts. So he is the new pitcher. Miller is no longer in there, and this is Kelby Tomlinson who's batting, and the first pitch on him, he takes it low and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Tomlinson is batting for Aaron Hill. And here's the next pitch. That one is a little bit low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Justin Miller, who left, retired just one of the 4 batters that he faced, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. The runner at second, his property, no walks, no strikeouts. And the next delivery, that's a one-hopper right over the second base bag. It's going to roll through into center. It'll put the runners at the corners there, as Federovich was thinking about trying to score on that one, but held up over there at third base. Phil Nevin, the third base coach, put the brakes on Federovich, so they have him at first and third. That's 4 straight hits here for the Giants after the leadoff man was retired. And Christian Arroyo will be the next batter. This is the pitcher's spot in the batting order for them. So Arroyo pinch hitting. And here's the pitch, and that one is cut and a miss for strike one. No balls, 1 strike to count. Iggy is set. And there goes the runner at first. There's a pickoff toss, and the throw was dropped over there by Theis. So no relay, and I believe a balk has been called on that one, and the runner at third is going to be waved in. So a balk on that play, and the Giants lead goes to 7-4.
Things falling apart here very quickly. And Cody Iggy, besides a hit, you see that angle where that leg was going and perhaps breaking that plane over 45 degrees.
So there's ball 1 low on Arroyo. 1 ball, 1 strike. That run will go against Miller as well. Well, Giants scored 4 in the 6th inning. They've had 3 here in the 8th inning, and trying to get more. They have a runner at second. There's one that's fouled back just above us, out of play. As Arroyo continues this at bat, he's in the hole 1 and 2. He's had 14 at bats with 4 hits this spring for the Giants. Arroyo is regarded as maybe the best position player prospect in the Giants organization. And here's the pitch. He checks the swing on that one, fouls it off. Kind of envision Arroyo as kind of a Joe Panic, Matt Duffy type player. Of course, Duffy no longer with the Giants, with Tampa Bay.
Duffy a big Angels fan, do you think?
Yeah, Matt Duffy grew up an Angels fan, the former infielder for the Giants. There's a pitch, it's low. Good block on it by Arcia. The runner at second has to go back to the bag. No advancement.
I think Arroyo has watched a lot of Buster Posey. Watch his barrel.
Yeah.
And the way he starts with the bat and that barrel actually pointing down behind his right shoulder. Not flat, but in a slope. Posey and Mr. Goldschmidt.
Here's the next pitch, and he chases that one on the outside part of the plate, waved at it, struck him out. So that'll be the second out in the inning.
Shortstop number 58,
Gordon Beckham will be the next batter. Beckham has been up once today, and a line out to left field. Well, the Angels will have 3 outs to play with when we get to the 9th inning. Giants are going to take at least a 3-run lead to the top of the 9th. And here's the pitch. That is low and inside. After getting off to a 7-0 start in the Cactus League, the Angels had won just one of the last 5 coming into today, and down here in this one. Here's the next pitch from Iggy, and this one is tapped on the third base side. Having to charge the ball is Coward. Makes a nice play and throws to first in time to get Beckham. The inning is over. It was a good play as Coward had a charge throw on the move. And that will end the inning. But 3 runs for the Giants. In the inning, they had 4 hits. They leave a runner on. Angels need runs. We head to the ninth. 7-4 San Francisco on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
From the
New pitcher for the Giants is left-hander Steven Okert, and the first batter he faces here is Dustin Ackley, who is batting for the first time in the ball game. Next pitch, the lefty-lefty matchup. That one is in there for a strike. Okert was in 16 games in relief for the Giants a year ago. It kind of has a funky delivery. Had a 3.21 ERA. And he slings that one a little bit outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Orlando Calixte stays in the game. He is in center field, and Ruggiano, who is in center, has moved over to right. Here's a pop-up on the third base side. Capping under in foul ground is Huang, and that'll be out number 1, so an easy out. Ackley is retired. The Angels have 2 more outs to try and mount a comeback here.
First baseman number 85, Matt Price.
Ty Block, who Okert is replacing, could end up getting the win for them. He did allow the 4 runs on 5 hits in his 2 innings of work. And here's Matt Thaiss at the plate for the Angels, and the first pitch, he takes it for ball 1. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Thaiss batting for the first time today. Here's the next delivery, and he cuts it down and fouls it off on the left side, backing out of play. Jose is headed downstairs. He will have the post-game interview for us today. He'll join Alex Curry for Angels Live on Fox Sports West. We'll have more on the radio side for you after the ball game as well. And the 1-1, that's on the inside corner. That's a called strike. Thaiss this spring for the Angels. He's had limited at-bats, and he's taken advantage of it. 5 for 11. That's a .455 batting average for the left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch on Matt Thaiss, and he lifts one high in the air down the right field side, but it's hanging up. It's Ruggiano who switched over to right field, making the grab, and that's the second out. 2 are gone. Ramon Flores will be the next batter. Angels hitting out of Espinosa's spot. Danny Espinosa was 1 for 3 today with a run batted in. And the first pitch, that's taken for a strike. Steven Okert on the hill delivers, and it's fouled back. The ball's 2 strikes. The lefty ready. Here's the next delivery. That one misses high for a ball. Today's ball game, the Angels have never held a lead. Did come back from a 4-run deficit, but trail by 3. And there's a ground ball bounced through the left side that will keep the game alive. A single off the bat of Flores here. So it's not over yet. Angels have a runner on with 2 outs here in the 9th.
Shortstop number 88, Matt Williams.
Batter is Matt Williams, his first at bat today, and he pops this one up behind the mound. Let's see who's going to take charge. It's the shortstop. And the catch is made out there at short, and that's how this ball game will end. So Okert comes in, retires 3 out of 4, and the Angels drop it here today in Scottsdale by the final score of 7-4. The Angels Cactus League record now stands at 10-8, and as far as the Giants overall in spring training play, their record goes to 10-11. Angels will be back at it tomorrow on the road, taking on the Colorado Rockies for the first time this spring. That game will be at Salt River Fields. And then another road game for the Angels on Friday at Surprise Stadium against Texas. The Angels will have some home action at Tempe beginning on Saturday, hosting the Rockies. And on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the Angels will be in action against the Chicago White Sox. And today, 7-4 in favor of the San Francisco Giants. We're going to take it down by the home plate batter circle area. Jose Mota standing by with Angels manager Mike Scioscia.
Thanks, Terry. Well, Mike, good to see you again. What you were expecting to see and what you saw from Tyler Skaggs, give us an evaluation.
Well, I think once he got his feet on the ground, we saw how good his stuff plays, Jose, and you know, he's got a ways to go, but this is a good first step.
In terms of stamina and things like that, do you alter now what he does in between starts?
Yeah, we will get a normal routine of his bullpen, and then we will see when he gets it back out there in a game. His next one will be on the minor league side, so we can make sure we can control a little bit. He's got to start getting up 3 and 4 times.
How pleased are you to see in Cam Bedrosian the way the ball's coming out of his hand?
It's coming out great, and he's working on a couple things. Forced a couple things he might not do when he, you know, if he gets into the regular season, but the ball's coming out of his hand great.
On the offensive side with your unit and your nucleus, what are you seeing that perhaps made you project a little bit better now that Pujols is in there?
Well, we didn't really, you know, we had a tough pitcher out there. We hit the ball maybe a little better off of Bumgarner, but we want guys to get under, you know, just get understand the groupings, get comfortable with guys who we're going to put in motion, get their signs where they need to be. So the things that we're starting to implement now that we have most of our guys who are going to be given the lion's share of our at-bats playing.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, Rosie.
Terry, always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you again, and let's go back to you.
All right, Jose, rest up. Jose's been kind of on a whirlwind tour of several countries in Mexico. Back here with us now for the duration of Cactus League play. Again, the final score today, Giants over the Angels, 7-4. Jose will be coming up in just a moment with Alex Curry. They'll have Angels live for you on Fox Sports West. On the radio side, we'll have more coming up in just a moment as well. This is the Angels Baseball Radio Network. 7-4 San Francisco wins it. Thanks for listening and watching on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.